The eCom Seller Summit was created to prove that with the right tools and training, anyone and everyone can make money in e-commerce. So many people want to try their hand at e-commerce, selling on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and more, but they're afraid they won't be successful. This summit will show you that there's many ways to do e-commerce, and there are many platforms you can explore, because e-commerce really has no limits. It really can pay your bills, and e-commerce never sleeps. There's nothing like waking up to profits from getting sales all night long. My name is Nicole Whitlock, and this is the eCom Seller Summit.
Welcome to Eliminate Your Amazon Competition with Wholesale Bundles. I am your host, Kristin Ostrander, and I'm so proud of you that you have taken the time to invest in yourself and invest in your business for growth. And since we're going to spend the next 30 to 45 minutes together, I thought you should be able to get to know me first. So I'm glad you're here. And I want to tell you a little bit about me before we get into the nitty-gritty of learning how you can eliminate your Amazon competition. So my name is Kristin Ostrander, and these are some fun facts about me. I host the Amazon Files podcast. I've been doing so for many, many years, both on any podcast station that you can listen to and also on YouTube. I am a huge NFL football fan, specifically with the Kansas City Chiefs. Woohoo, go Chiefs. I am a certified black belt in martial arts. I have 18 years of online selling experience. And just in the past 6 years, I've helped generate $6 million in wholesale bundle revenue, which we are going to talk about today. And my superpower is helping thousands of my students and clients grow sustainable, legitimate businesses on Amazon. It's a little bit about my e-commerce journey. I started in e-commerce in 2003 with eBay. A lot of people started on eBay and started moving up what I call the eCom food chain there. And some people are still doing really rocking with eBay, and I do both still, but that's when I got my start. I added Amazon FBA in 2008 with used books. I've discovered retail arbitrage in 2009. Any of you guys do retail arbitrage here? I began wholesaling in 2014. I tried private label, like I said, tried private label in 2015, unsuccessfully, unfortunately. Started creating bundles in 2014 as well. I registered my trademark, received brand registry in 2016, and I've sold over $5 million in the past 5 years of wholesale bundle revenue. My first real success custom private label product we launched in 2020. Now, here's what you're not going to see here. You are not going to see some flashy Ferraris and big fancy houses and really, really unrealistic Amazon numbers. That's just not how I roll. That's just not my story. What you are going to see here, though, is real results with real people. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of quick stories, and you can hear all of these on the Amazon Files podcast. All of these folks have told their success stories on the Amazon Files podcast, so make sure that you subscribe and listen to that as well, because you can hear all of this directly from these people. But I'll give you a little snippet. This is Michelle Maple. She started selling on Amazon 2018. She attended my wholesale bundles workshop in 2019 and has a team of 4 people already. She's quadrupled her sales while homeschooling, and her why. The reason why she's doing Amazon is to build a big business big enough to employ people with special needs. She has a special needs child of her own, and she wants to support the community in everything she can. How about Eric? Eric started selling in 2017. He attended a wholesale bundlers workshop both in 17 and 18. Once he came with his wife and once he came by himself. He hit 7 figures and he declared his independence from his corporate job. And his reason is so that he could travel and never have to work for the man again. You can also hear his story on the Amazon Files podcast as well. Now, my life is truly blessed. Although you won't see the fancy Ferraris and all this stuff, this is what you'll see that's important to our family. That's me with my book, my family. We have a huge family. We love to travel. We love football. We love experiencing life. And what we've done to build our business has allowed us to experience the life that we really want for ourselves. Is that something that you want? But let me be honest. It wasn't always this way. It wasn't always sunshines and rainbows like we want it to be, right? In 2010, my husband was injured. He was denied workers' comp. He was injured at work. He was denied workers' comp. And we had almost zero income overnight. I had the small little business that I was running, but it wasn't enough to keep a family of 5 fed. It was not enough to save our house. And we lost our home to foreclosure in 2012. But wait, there's more. It really did get worse. After kind of trying to recover from the foreclosure and building ourselves back up to try to find a new home and continue growing our business, I took on a partner. And with a shady partner and embezzlement over the next 2 years, that got worse and worse. And they embezzled money out of my account, and I had to start over in 2014 with $1,100. It was super, super devastating. So the road isn't always as straight and clear as you want it, but the reality is it's possible. If you work hard and you do have the right strategies to move forward and grow your business, you can go from foreclosure to 7 figures or whatever your circumstances might be. It's not going to be a crazy straight line. And I got to tell you, if I can go from the bottom of the pit to the top of the mountain, anyone can do this, because there's some things that I didn't tell you. I've never actually been to a job interview ever in my life. I dropped out of college my first year. I had no prior business experience besides selling e-commerce online. I started as a stay-at-home mom with $100 in my pocket. Now, I know that this is not for everyone. Amazon's not for everyone. eCom is not for everyone, but it is for some. This is not a set it and forget it business. There is no such thing. Yes, we have passive income opportunities, and that can grow and grow as we grow in business, but there is no such thing as set it and forget it. If you want to get rich quick model, this is not for you. If you are looking for a way to pay your rent this month, this is not the solution. But if you want to grow a long-term, sustainable e-commerce business with a proven method that works, then this for sure is for you. So who is it for? Let's just be clear about this. Anyone interested in starting an Amazon business, this is for you. This business model works for any budget, and it's for anyone who is tired of really low margins and high competition. Anybody experiencing that right now? Low margins, decreasing profits with really high competition. Amazon sellers who are tired of retail arbitrage. Y'all, I did retail arbitrage for many, many years. And yes, it was profitable, but it was also like building yourself a prison. The more you did, the more you had to do to keep up. This is also for anyone who has failed with a private label product. That was me. I had my first original private label product was a complete failure, and I literally thought about giving up. I thought, this is the top of the food chain. If I can't make this work, how can I actually get this to work? And also, this is for private label sellers looking to diversify. So maybe you've hit it out of the park with your wholesale, with your bundling, or with your private label, or whatever you're doing, and you want to continue to grow and diversify that. This is for anyone who desires legitimate, proven, long-term sustainability on Amazon. So are you guys ready to learn the strategy that has generated me over $1 million a year on Amazon? Are you ready? I'm ready. Here's what I used to do. A lot of you guys are going to be familiar with a lot of these methods of doing business. Retail arbitrage, thrifting, online arbitrage, right? The dream is cartloads full of profitable individual products every week from places like Target and Walmart and Best Buy and discount stores like Big Lots, right? That's the dream. But the reality is you're running from store to store or website to website to gather inventory. This is not scalable long term. Plus, 500 other sellers are finding the same exact products, and the prices are tanking, leaving you no profit left to collect. Because is anybody with me here? Have you experienced this? You actually physically have to go out and shop for your inventory. Now, let me just stop for a moment. I have done retail arbitrage. I did it for many, many years. And you reach a point at some point where you have to ask yourself, how long can I do this? I mean, the people that are doing the inventory at Target, right? They are not going out from other store to other store and gathering up products and then scooping them up and putting them on their shelf. Even if there was profit in that, it's not something that's sustainable. What happens if those products sell out and they do really well and you can't get any more of them? So you really have to think about retail arbitrage and what it's going to do for you long term. It really means you have no freedom and you have no life. You're pounding the pavement. You're going out day after day after day, trying to find inventory to stock your shelves. Here's a great example. A lot of people use retail arbitrage, places like Trader Joe's, right? If you haven't heard of this cookie butter, you literally should go buy it. This stuff is really addicting, right? So you can buy this at Trader Joe's. This is your typical cookie butter from Trader Joe's, right? And this is the margin if you sell like the rest of the competitors here at $10.73 for the going rate at the moment. Then you will see this is your cost of goods, your breakdown, your Amazon fulfillment versus your own. And if you're sending this in FBA, you're making it maybe about 75 cents a jar. Not too bad. Still a profit. It also has a really good sales rank, so it sells through pretty quickly. But what happens with that small margin there is that if any of your competitors sell the same exact item and they want to cut the price a little bit to move it a little bit faster, you only have 75 cents to play with before you get into a negative profit zone, a loss situation. Super frustrating, isn't it? Okay, so we think maybe, retail arbitrage is not the answer and maybe we want to move into something else. So let's try wholesale, right? Like, I mean, all of these other stores, they're going out there, they're buying stuff wholesale, they're getting it for great prices, they're selling it at killer margins. I think I'm going to try that. So this is what I thought. This is what I used to do, wholesale. The dream was access to unlimited supply of individual products with amazing margins. That literally is what I thought was going to happen when I jumped into wholesale. Millions of products to choose from, fast, easy money. Always be scared if you hear fast, easy money. That's really pretty rare. But what the reality was when I checked into wholesale and started doing wholesale myself was unexpectedly slim margins after fees, Amazon fees and seller fees, competing with direct manufacturers and vendors. Why? Because they get lower prices than us. Direct competition with Amazon. When you see Amazon a listing, you know you won't be able to compete very well unless they're out of stock because they control the pricing situation. The deepest pockets get the deepest discounts on inventory. And have you ever thought when you got into wholesale that your margins were going to be like 50% off of the retail price? I was sadly disappointed when I noticed that as well. Have you ever really looked at a thing on Amazon and was like, those people are losing money. I know how much that costs wholesale. And you would just know that they're losing money somehow. Or they might have deeper pockets and get deeper discounts. Here's a great example of wholesale. Y'all remember Shopkins? They were so popular for many, many years. They still are on the market today. And I was in here thinking, oh my gosh, these Shopkins are flying off the shelf. I'm going to open a wholesale account and I'm going to sell them because they're going to go really well. These are pretty inexpensive toy items that you can pick up. I was for sure thinking that I was going to get this for at least half the cost of what I saw in stores. So here it is on Amazon, $6.99. After signing up for an account with them, after getting their catalog, and after looking at the price, I was completely disappointed because what I realized is this wholesale item at the exact manufacturer was $4.50 to purchase. That left a negative margin. As you can see, a negative $1.92 I would make if I was competing with these other sellers selling it for $6.99 on Amazon. That's a complete loss of fees. That was super, super disappointing. So now what? Now what? I guess I'm going to have to try private label because what else is there out there? I've done arbitrage. I'm doing wholesale. Private label is the top of the food chain, right? The truth about private label, here's the dream, right? Create a product with no competition. You're going to make millions. You're going to create your own brand. You're going to create your own product. You're going to have it manufactured. It's going to be really awesome. You're not going to have any competition. It's going to be simple, right? They say, do some research, buy on Alibaba, ship to Amazon, use PPC, make millions with no competition. Has anybody heard these claims? Here's the reality that I found when I was doing private label for the first time. It was a huge investment of money and time required to build and manufacture and import and launch and market the whole product. You're bringing a brand new product and a brand new brand to the table that no one's ever heard of, no one's ever thought of. The unknown fact is that it takes approximately 12 months to bring your private label product to the table. With minimum order quantities, sea freight, launching with PPC, it's bound to cost about $15,000 to bring it to the market. Here's the major question I had to ask myself, and I'm asking you. Can you tie up $15,000 for a year before you start making any money back on it? I certainly couldn't. Does any of this at all sound familiar to any of you? Anyone, someone in the back, someone in the front. It does sound familiar. And here's the biggest problem on Amazon and other platforms. Competition is high on single unit items no matter where you source them. And they have small or non-existent margins. So whether you're buying arbitrage or you're buying wholesale or even you have your own private label, competition is really high on these single unit items. How on earth are we going to make money? How can we solve these common problems and these common issues that we've all faced at one point or another? With wholesale bundles. After trying all of these things, I finally tried a bundle situation. What is a bundle? I'm going to tell you what a bundle is. I'm going to tell you how I got started with bundling and how you can do the same. So wholesale bundles, what are they? They are highly complementary products purchased from wholesale suppliers, sold together in a way that provides value to the buyer while meeting a need or solving a problem. So wholesale bundles are buying highly complementary items from wholesale catalogs. So no reinventing the wheel here. No going to a private label and have to create all your own products and put brands on them and custom packaging and import and all of those things. You're going to be buying products from sources that already exist. You go to trade shows, you find catalogs, you set up accounts with vendors, you order product. And bundling is putting products together in a kit, an accessory pack, a variety pack, a set. A lot of people do gift packages. Consider it like something like maybe a subscription box you might see, a highly curated box you're putting together with like complementary items that are going to meet a need or solve the problem for your custom. And then creating custom packaging or adding your private label product to your bundle. Here is a great example of a bundle. This is a ukulele. My daughter was looking for a ukulele for Christmas one year, and I had no idea how to buy a ukulele, what she needed, all that. I just thought this is on her Christmas list. I've got to go find it. And I found this ukulele set on Amazon. Now, I could have just purchased one ukulele and found it and didn't know if it needed this tuner and picks and a case and all the stuff. Do you really even need a carry strap or a shoulder strap for a ukulele? Well, I don't know. But I saw this wonderful bundle that was on Amazon. I thought, this is great. It comes in a protective case. It's got picks. It's got a tuner. It looks like a great little beginner's kit for ukulele. It solved my problem. It met my need. And I didn't have to buy all of these things individually. It saves your customer time and money and energy by not having to shop around for all of the things that they might need within a specific set. Here's another example. Anybody have a Nintendo Switch and you have all the parts and pieces and you've got the controllers that come off the sides and you've got the skins and here's a carry case, all this kind of stuff. Well, if you have a Nintendo Switch, then you know that there's all of these accessories that you might need. And so this is instead of selling just a screen protector or just a case or just a carrying case for it, you can sell all of the items together in one kit, 9-in-1, this says, 9-in-1 Nintendo Switch accessory. So this is another great example of being able to bring speed and convenience and variety to your customers in one click. How about looking for a gift for that special woman in your life? Here is a perfect example of somebody's private label bundle. So this company makes all of these wonderful products, the bath bombs and the body wash and the face cream and all these different things, right? And selling them individually is fine, but the margins are going to be really thin. So what they do is they combine it all together into one pack, and then they go to a wholesale distributor and get this wonderful, beautiful bag to put it in. And now you've got this luxurious spa gift basket for women. So this is just another way that you can incorporate your own private label brand within a wholesale bundle. Remember the wholesale example with the negative profit with the Shopkins? This was a negative $1.92 buying wholesale from the legitimate distributor for this particular item. But look what happens when you add something highly complimentary. These are tiny little toys that little kids have to keep track of. And Shopkins also makes this wonderful carry case that when you're done playing with all these tiny little toys, you can put them inside this carrying case. So this highly complimentary item, the carry case and the toy, makes it, look at the profit now. We went from $6.99 to $20. Now let's look at this, because if wholesale, the carry case was $5 and the toy itself was $4.50. So now you've got a $20 price point minus your almost $10 in cost of goods, and now you're at a $4 profit. Now, this is nothing to write home about, but these items sell extremely quickly and extremely fast, so that's also helpful as well, because not only do you have margin, but now you have volume as well. So combining highly complementary items together from wholesale sources creates your wholesale bundle, and also went from negative $1.92 to $4. That's almost a $6 increase from the negative profit to the new profit with the wholesale bundle. So how can bundles eliminate your competition? Well, bundles have all of the benefits of private label products without the risk and the cost and the time. This means that you can start with less money and see results faster. You can receive, list, and bundle products in 2 weeks or less. This is the kind of stuff we're talking about with private label that doesn't have to cost thousands of dollars and take months and months and months of your time. You can also own the buy box 100% of the time without ever having direct competition. It prevents price tanking and hijackers and low value items. You can add value add items, and you can add custom packaging to make sure that nobody can copy your listing. It's listing protection with your own branding, and it's organic. Yes, I said organic search results with no PPC requirement. So how do you put a profitable bundle together? I've got you interested in bundles, right? Now you're like, how do we do this thing? How do we get this done? You have to shift your mindset. The number one thing that we need to shift our mindset into when doing wholesale bundles is thinking of the customer first and the data second. Now, I know I'm a data nerd myself. I love data. I love looking at the widgets and looking at the profit and loss and looking at all the different things. But first, we must tap into what does the customer want and need most, and then start looking at the data. So you really need to shift your mind into the who, what, when, where, why, and how of the product. When you're combining products together, you're not just combining products together to eliminate your competition and get away with, some people call it getting away with, listing multi-packs or different things so that other people can't jump on it. But the reality is you have to think about who you're serving with your product. What need are you meeting? What differentiation are you bringing to the table? Because people can buy these things separately if they want, and maybe for even a little bit less if they shop around and are really price savvy. But what are you bringing to the table that really is going to say, yes, I want that, I need that, add it to the cart, buy it now? You're bringing convenience. You're bringing variety. People like variety. How many times have we all been on Amazon and we've been looking for something? Maybe it's like a shower curtain, and you're looking for a shower curtain, and you know that your bathroom colors are blue, but then there's 20 or 30 different ones that have blue in them, and you want to be able to make a good choice based on the variety that's out there. So thinking about the who, what, when, where, why, and how of the product and the customer, create a little avatar, give her or him a name and say, Jane is going to purchase this bundle, and this is why she wants it, how she's going to use it, where she's going to use it. Thinking about the customer first will help you curate the best possible products for the need or situation that you're trying to fill. Research is absolutely key. Just like any other product research and customer research is really, really important when you're putting a bundle together. It's not as simple as downloading a spreadsheet, looking at some numbers, and making some inventory decisions. The reality is the more research that you put into a bundle, the better the bundle will do. really helpful to have a step-by-step process to follow when you're doing specific research. And that is something that's in the wholesale bundle system. A very step-by-step calculated research process that helps you move through the steps quickly, make decisions, and put a bundle together. Repeatable steps are also really important, not only to have steps, but have steps that you can do over and over and over again in a very similar way, helps you run a more efficient and long-term sustainable business. How do you do that? You do that with the wholesale bundle framework. So the first thing that you do in the wholesale bundle framework is find a niche or a category. It can be anything that you're into, anything that you're not into. You go to a trade show and find some vendors and you start looking at catalogs. You can do this process from anywhere. It's a step-by-step mode to get from 1 to 12 to decide to invest. Here is a fun fact for you. There are over 5 million Amazon Marketplace sellers in the world today, and it's only growing. How are you going to set your products apart from other people? How do you bundle to eliminate your direct competition? Well, here is the fun fact for you. Here is part of the secret sauce of the products of how you eliminate competition with bundles. You add a unique item that is hard to find or impossible for others to access, aka your private label product or something that you are producing. And you mix up your vendors. So instead of getting one catalog and ordering only products from that particular vendor and bundling those together, you want to get several catalogs and look at several different product options and mixing the vendors so that it's not easy for others to look at your bundle and decide they want to hijack or copy. Also, you can get exclusives with specific vendors. You add your private label product or your custom item. That is one of the key factors in eliminating competition. And this is all taught in the wholesale bundle system to be able to teach you exactly how to do this so that you're protecting yourself and your bundle and your listing. And simple custom printed packaging or product or printing or packaging. This goes along with your private label or custom made item, but you can also create a brand, a bundle brand for yourself specifically to use on Amazon so that it keeps the competition and the hackers and the hijackers away from your hard work. Here is a great example. So you found a bundle idea. Now what? This is how we set ourselves apart from the competition by adding custom branded packaging or your private label item to a bundle to make it and sweeten the deal for the customer. So the one on the left here is the Hangry Kit. This is one of my favorite examples of a great bundle because of what they did with branding. So Hangry Kit, they created these curated boxes for gift packs and college kids, and basically they're snack boxes. And they're taking mini small snacks like, the mini bags of chips and, packs of gum and little mini candies and fruit snacks and things like that. And they've branded their company as Hangry Kit. They curate these special boxes where they have their own branding, they have their own brand, and they're putting special snack boxes together. So one of them might be keto friendly, one might be gluten free, might be all sugar, but they've created multiple different boxes where they're combining different snack products to be able to fit the needs of different snack box options. They have one that's no meltables, so they can send it overseas. And this is an absolute great example of someone who created a bundle brand and then used all of these other products inside of it to create an experience for the customer. They know exactly who they're serving. They know exactly what products they're serving for their clients and their customers. And they have a very, very robust and very profitable business. The one in the middle here is a mixology set. It's for a bartender, so you can have it in your home bar. People that want to mix drinks, right? It could be a gift set for someone, a hostess gift, but this set is able to be purchased wholesale. So it comes with all the different gears, the pour spouts, the shot glasses, the mixer, everything else. But what this company has done is then added their own customized personal recipe cards for creating drinks. So they created this little flip chart that you can see in the picture there. And that's what sets it apart. Is it, could any of us go buy this drinkology, mixology kit and sell that on Amazon? Well, of course we could. And we could all compete with each other and have really low margins. But what this person has done is brought something different to the table. They brought their own recipe cards and how they've curated drinks over time, and they sell that along with this and created a custom package for it. So the customer says, oh, not only do I get this awesome mixology drink set, but now I also get these recipes that I can now follow and make really great drinks for my friends and family. Great addition to that. It adds value to the item without taking away from it. It doesn't overshadow it. It's just something the customer sees as a value added item in their bundle. They say, oh, I could just buy it alone, or I could buy this one that comes with all these great recipes. And then finally, the one on the right, this company has specific healthy granola bars or meal replacement bars. And what they have done is also created this little snack bag that you can bring with you and have put their branding on it. And the reality is that I have this particular example in here because it's not the greatest example, but it works. So they put all of their granola bars in their variety pack of granola bars that they have created here, and they put it into the bag and they sell it together as the bag. Now, does the bag really add value to granola bars? I'm not exactly sure that it does, but somehow, somewhere, now you've got a little extra bag. Maybe it's something that your kid throws in their soccer gym bag when they're going or whatever it's for. So although it doesn't seem to add a ton of value, it does have another set of a product that you can actually use that's useful. So that's just another way that you could have a bag or something that's highly complementary to the product you're selling with either your brand name on it or something that's enhancing. I've seen people sell can openers with specific canned cat food and dog food and things like that. Something that enhances the product, helps it in the use or the value. It brings the value up of the product. So why are wholesale bundles better than all of the rest? Wholesale bundles are better because bundles eliminate that direct competition. You don't have hijackers on your listing. You don't have to worry about somebody coming in and tanking your price. You don't need to invest You don't need to invent or reinvent a product. And that's one of the major things a lot of people with private labels struggle with. They struggle with coming up with an idea. They're like, I'm not creative. I'm not an inventor. I'm not going to invent a new product that's going to have some sort of new bells and whistles. And some people really love creativity and have tons of ideas. But the reality is with this, in order to make a decent profit on Amazon, you do not have to invent or reinvent a product. There are billions of products available in the world, and you have, as a legitimate business, you have access to all of these wholesale vendors. Also, you own the listing and 100% of the buy box. That is key in all of this. No sharing the buy box, no worrying when your product is going to sell or if this person undercuts you by a penny and then changes it here. We don't have to mess with that when we own the listing and we own the buy box. We are in control of the listing writing. We are in control of what Amazon and the customers see, and we are in control of the images and all of the things. You own the listing. Bundles are better because you can start with $300 or less. You do not need a fortune to be able to get into wholesale bundles and see how they work for your business. It doesn't have a huge cost of entry. You do not have to import if you don't want to. Some people choose to import, but you do not have to import in order to make this work for you. You can actually buy from companies in your own country and have them shipped to Amazon for you and try this out. You can use a prep center as well, which we can talk about that in moments. No need also to buy large quantities. When you're importing or you're making your own private label product or you're making something custom, oftentimes it costs a small fortune in minimum order quantities. I've seen them as high as 10,000 units. I'll be honest, when I started, I didn't have that kind of capital to work with. I had to start really small. And the good thing about bundles was I was able to start even with retail arbitrage bundles in the beginning. And protection, of course, against those listing hijackers. No one has the authority to jump on your listing because they don't have all of the products that you have. And in order to jump on somebody's listing, you have to have the exact same product listed. Otherwise, they're violating Amazon's terms of service. And the way that we do bundles, the way that I teach bundles, no one will be hijacking your listing at all. Here's just a little numbers chart of what happened in my business when I started to what I call grow up in my business and realized that if I wanted long-term sustainability, if I wanted the income that I was making to continue on year over year, that I needed to make a change. And so we'll see some significant differences here. In 2014, we were able to do 350,000 and we just started with bundles that year. And we started with retail arbitrage bundles. We didn't even get into wholesale bundles at that time. We were just starting out, trying it out, see if it would work. Our very first bundle was actually a combination. It was actually a variety pack of granola bars that we purchased from Costco because our family did not like a specific flavor in there. So we combined it with a couple other flavors and we got rid of those particular products and it sold really well. So we just built from there and eventually got into the wholesale process of bundling, and I will never look back. As you start to see with the significant increases in profits over time, it's because we've added more and more wholesale bundles and we've eliminated our competition. All of our listings cannot be hijacked by anyone because they all have custom branding or a custom product that's within it so that no one can copy that particular item. So this is where I'm going to introduce you to the wholesale bundle system. See, the wholesale bundle system is for anyone if you want to do these things. If you want to eliminate your competition, if you really are tired of those slim margins that everyone is facing when it comes to the competition, if you want to build long-term sustainability online, and if you really want to reduce the time it takes to find profitable products to sell, wholesale bundle system is something you might want to try. What does the system come with? That comes with the wholesale bundle specific framework, the 12-step research process that I've developed, bundle idea development help, cultivating vendor relationships, learning how to find products to sell, find wholesalers, reach out to them. There's templates and charts and checklists and downloads with every single video. It's going to teach you how to create product listings that sell, how to write your listings, how to utilize all of the tools necessary to be able to write your listings. Product photography and bundle image creation has never been easier with the technology we have. You don't need to know how to use Photoshop. We can all use very common tools that we have access to. This is what the wholesale bundle strategy has been able to do to change my business. I work 2 days a week from home or from anywhere in the world. I have faster and easier research process. As you go through the research process and you see these things, you can be hands off your inventory as well by using a prep facility. Have you guys heard of Amazon prep centers where you send all of your inventory to them and they send it off to Amazon for you? They will even bundle your items for you so that you don't ever even have to touch your inventory. You can work remotely. My mom is my business partner and she likes to snowbird and she likes to fly south for the winter and she takes her laptop and that's all she needs. And we work remotely for a majority of the year. It also helps you to be able to build a team to manage day-to-day items without a warehouse, without storing the stuff in your house, without having to deal with cardboard and tape or Scotty peelers peeling off stickers from retail arbitrage places and things like that. You literally can have a location-free business. Now, of course, I'm not going to make you take my word for it. I've been in business with Mommy Income since 2014. It's been a long haul. I've had a lot of students and people that they love it. This is Teresa, and she found her first bundle idea within days of just finishing the course. And everyone is saying it's worth the price because you can avoid the huge mistakes. Now, let's just think about that for a moment. If you've been in business even longer than, 6 months, you know that you've lost some money, you've made some mistakes, and you've had to make some changes. The wholesale bundle system literally is your fast track to be able to get this done without making a lot of huge mistakes and being clunky in the beginning. This even works in the European and French markets. It works globally. The bundle system works globally. Now, there are different rules in different countries and things like that that you have to be aware of, but the bundle policy and the bundle rules tend to remain the same across all of the Amazon marketplaces. Remember this? Remember this, it's not a straight line from our foreclosure and all of our financial hardship to our first million. It's a little squiggly line. But you know what? That can be part of your squiggly line too, because you can stay where you are right now. Are you comfortable where you are? Are you ready to grow? What about your roadmap to your first 7 figures? How about your first 6 figures if you're not even there yet? Here's what you really need. You need the wholesale bundle system in your consistent efforts with my support, plus never giving up on your goals. If you want to reach a certain goal, if you want to reach your first 6-figure year or even your first 7-figure year, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take some education and training. It's going to take consistent efforts, some support from a community or a coach, and your determination that no matter what happens, you're going to move towards your goal. Can't promise it's going to be easy, but I promise you it's going to be worth it. Now here's Catherine, and this is real results, you guys. You can hear Catherine's full story on our YouTube channel and on the Amazon Files podcast. She lost her job when it came to COVID, and she didn't know exactly what she was going to do. She jumped into Amazon. She was already doing some arbitrage and some wholesale, and she decided that wholesale bundles was going to be the road that she took, and literally her initial 250 boxes sold out instantly. She did so well on these within the first month of Q4 that she had to continue selling on. Now to date, she's got over 8 different wholesale bundles that are working for her and working for her profit. She is on fire. So with Sherry and Craig and Cynthia and how much these people have invested in themselves to get things that they have always wanted. I mean, this one was one of my favorites when Sherry said Teacher Appreciation Day, and she wanted to thank me from the bottom of her heart because she has spent many hours with me online and enjoyed every minute. I appreciate you, Sherry, and all of the others who have said wonderful things about wholesale bundle system because it's changed their lives. It's changed their business. They're making more money. They're reaching their goals. So imagine what your life would be like if you could order products in your PJs and have them shipped to a prep center where they receive and prep and ship your products so that you never have to touch your inventory. Just imagine what would change in your life if that was true for you. Imagine what your life would be like if you're generating 6 or even 7 figures in sales while working a few days a week from anywhere you choose. This is not some pie in the sky dream. This is my reality, and it can be your reality as well. Do you want real results? I want you to be the next success story. You have everything that it takes to get this done in your life. This could be your success story, the road to your first million or your first 6 figures. Heck, even your first $1,000 if you're not there yet. All it takes is consistent efforts, proper education, and some support. And of course, the wholesale bundle system. So if you want to try the wholesale bundle system, it's something that you really feel like I can get on board with this. This is something that really I think is going to work for me. You get all of these wonderful things within the system. You're going to be able to learn how to cultivate those relationships with vendors, even if you're introverted, even if you're shy, even if you don't know what to say. We've got you covered. We've got templates for this stuff. So what do you get in the wholesale bundle system? You get the entire wholesale bundle system course. You get the creating a brand for your Amazon store. That's what we called our bundle brand training as well. And creating custom packaging. Look, I was brand new to even knowing how to create custom packaging or a logo or even a name for my bundle brand. We got your back with that as well. The total value of this is almost $700. But because you have invested in this summit, because you have showed up here and you showed up for yourself, you're going to have access to all of these trainings, the entire wholesale bundle system, the creating the custom packaging, the creating a brand for your store, and you're going to get a specific coupon here. You're going to use the coupon code SUMMIT, and your cost today is only going to be $3.97. You can scan the QR code right now and enter this coupon code, or you can visit mommyincome.com/summit. I know you guys could be anywhere else listening to any other thing. You chose to invest in yourself and invest in your business. It's time to take the next step. Wholesale bundles has changed my entire life. We went from foreclosure and struggle and hardship to slowly building a business that is still paying us till this day. And it didn't take forever. It wasn't overnight. It wasn't get rich quick, but it was super sustainable. And now those paychecks, those profits all go in my pocket. No more working for the man, no more paying everybody else for all that. All you get is all you earn. So I would love to connect with you on mommyincome.com. You can always reach out to us there if you have specific questions about the wholesale bundle system. Be sure to subscribe to the Amazon Files podcast. It's free. You can watch the YouTube channel and listen to all of the free information there as well. And don't forget to visit mommyincome.com/summit and use your coupon code SUMMIT to save $100. Thank you so much for your time. I know you could be anywhere else listening to any other thing, and I don't take that for granted. Now go do something amazing for yourself today. I'm Kristin Ostrander, and thank you so much for listening.